Hello, I'm John, aka The Adventure Biker, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about this radio-controlled Deep Vee offshore power boat from Levhorzn.
So this is the box that the boat comes shipped in. We've got some features and specifications here on the sides. Okay, if we open up the box, here is the boat itself and a close-up of it. This boat is just a hair under 19 inches from tip to rudder, about 18 and a half, 18 3/4. It's got a water cooling system. There's your water inlet here. Metal prop shaft with replaceable plastic prop. It's really got that offshore Deep Vee hull design. This is an ABS or a polycarbonate hard plastic hull, so it's really durable. It's also got this removable rubber nose protector to protect the tip of the hull, the nose, from any impacts. And it's got these stabilizer fins on the back of it here. This boat includes two 11.1 LiPo batteries, 2,500 milliamp hours each, 27.5 watt hours. Now this boat is advertised with a runtime of about 13 to 15 minutes, but I found, as you'll see in a little bit here, that runtime seems to be a lot longer than what is advertised. Moving along here, we've got a packet with a charger. This is the charger for the batteries. You can plug into any standard USB 5-volt Type A power supply, and this is the connection that plugs into the battery right here. Also included in this package is an Allen wrench, a spare replacement propeller, and two metal wrenches required to remove the propeller in case it needs to be replaced, and a spare nylock nut to secure the propeller once it's installed. The boat also includes a display stand for storage when the boat is not in use. Last but not least, user manual. All right, so if we take a look inside the hull of the boat, first we've got removable canopy, which is held in place by these two latches, which snap into place. So you just rotate these out of the way, and then this lifts right off. And you have an inner canopy, which is held on by four more similar latches. And this inner canopy also has a waterproof, watertight seal around it to prevent water from entering into the hull. So we look into the side of the hull here. This is your battery compartment. Battery fits in here just like this. Battery has an XT60 connector, which plugs into the boat like this. Right here you have your steering servo, connected directly to the rudder, of course. This is the brushless motor. And in the forward part of the hull, there is the receiver and also the electronic speed control. So this boat also has a water cooling system, so it intakes water through this tube, runs up alongside the hull inside here. You can see it's pumped through the ESC and then through the motor and out the side right here to keep everything cool so it doesn't overheat. The boat does not have a power switch to power it on or off. It powers on once you plug in the battery and you get this tone that alerts you that it is powered on. On the hull, it's got these decorative LED lights, but they function more than just a decoration. As you can see now that they're flashing, that means that the controller is not turned on. Once the controller is powered on, it takes a moment. You'll hear that it is armed, and then these lights turn into a steady state. These lights will also resume a flashing mode when the battery is beginning to run low, as a low battery warning. The controller is lightweight and has a nice, balanced, and comfortable feel, and it requires 4 AA batteries for operation, which are not included. With a trigger, throttle, and of course your steering wheel, you got a throttle trim and a steering trim here, your power switch, and whatnot. This is a 3-channel radio. So let's get out on the water here with this and see how it operates. Best way to launch it, just throw it in the water.
This boat is a ton of fun and should provide hours and hours of enjoyment to just about anyone, young or old. The boat handles really well, almost like it's on rails. Tracks straight, and its steering and cornering is extremely precise. I recorded this video on a very windy day, which caused the water to be a little bit on the rough and choppy side, as you'll see here. The boat bounced around a bit, and I wasn't able to really take it up to its full speed a lot of the time because it would just jump and bounce from one wave to the next. Battery life can vary depending on how hard you're running the boat. On calm water, running it at full throttle wide open, I was getting anywhere from 10 to 13 minutes on a battery, but most of those batteries, I didn't have them completely 100% fully charged. On the rough lake with all the choppy water, I could only run it at about 75 to 80% throttle, and I measured up to 27 minutes of runtime with a single battery in this condition. Steering and throttle control is very precise, and it's fully proportional with the controller input. One really cool thing about this boat and the way it corners is that it leans into corners in the same way that a bike and a motorcycle does when it's turning. As you can see here, this video was filmed on a windy day and there was lots of chop out on the water, but the boat has enough power. The wind or the choppy conditions were not an issue whatsoever. And as you can see here, the boat had some tendencies to launch and jump into the air and then land back into the water. There were more than a few times where the boat took a nosedive after a big launch and it went under. But that's never a problem because you give it a couple of seconds and it will resurface back to the surface again. In the event that the boat capsizes and flips over, it has a self-righting feature, which I'll demonstrate toward the end of this video. This is how the controller and the boat respond to a low battery condition. You can hear the audible alarm from the controller, and also you have a low battery indicator flashing here, and also the LED lights on the boat will flash. One other thing too is in a low battery condition, the top speed of the boat will be reduced by approximately 75%, and that is to conserve any remaining battery that's left so you can safely bring the boat back to shore.